Hello. Today, let's talk about 10 valuable things you can learn and practice to live a life of fulfillment. By the way, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, can I request you to do it now, please? Thank you. When you look at 10 or 20 or 30 years ahead of your age, let's say at a 30th, 40th, 60th birthday, it seems like that's too far away. Something only happening to other people, right? But you'll be there in no time. Time is relentlessly passing us all by. So here are 10 things wise folks have learned and advised through thousands of years of our collective wisdom. Number 1, learn and grow. Life is an exercise in discovery and growth. It's not only about books, degrees, or training, it's much beyond that. Nurture the awareness to learn and grow till your last breath. Sustain a child's sense of wonder in you. Remember that dogma is worse than ignorance. Learning is an endless journey with no such destinations as absolute truth or complete knowledge. You must register progress with every passing day of your life. Number 2, preserve your happiness. Human is created to be happy. More often than not, we create our own unhappiness. Being happy is about the absence of unhappiness. It's the natural state of being. Freedom from unhappiness is within your reach. Unhappiness leaks into our existence through emotions like greed, fear, envy, and anger, which all create unhappiness. Thus, you must guard against toxic emotions to preserve your happiness. Number 3, rise above thought. You are not your thoughts, you're just a witness to them. Life is a journey in self-awareness and not in self-absorption. Don't get trapped into the activity of your mind because your sense of self doesn't depend on it. A negative mind preys on us through the thoughts it generates. Don't allow these thoughts power over you. Learn to just smile at the voice in your head. Such thinking is 95% repetitive and useless. It is actually an addiction. Don't get caught up with the contents of your thoughts. If you're more mindful of what you're thinking, you'll be able to direct your thinking as you wish. So how do you do it? Well, the simplest way to do it is through breath awareness. Focus your attention on your breath. You can't just notice your breathing and be trapped in involuntary thinking at the same time. Number 4, live in the present. The present moment, whether pleasant or difficult, is all you have. The quality of your life is simply your relationship with the present. If you delve into the past, it'll become a bottomless pit. When you feel that you need more time to become free of the past, you hope that the future will free you. That's a delusion. That doesn't happen. Only the present can free you of the past. The pain that we create in the present is always some form of non-acceptance of what is. What our situation is and whether our thoughts and emotions about the situation are justified makes no difference. If we resist what is, we make the present moment into an enemy. Accept and then act. Withdraw attention from past and future unless they are needed to deal with the present aspects of your situation. The present moment is inseparable from life. It's the field on which the game of life happens. If you don't like your present, you have 3 options. Remove yourself from the situation, change it, or accept it totally. If you want to take responsibility for your life, you must choose one of these options and then accept the consequences. Excuses and negativity will only create a false, unhappy self that loves feeling miserable, resentful, or sorry for itself. When you realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have and make it the primary focus of your life, every activity becomes an end in itself. Be accepting of life. Don't confuse your life with your life situation. Your life situation consists of your circumstances and your experiences. Your life is your existence, your deepest inner being. is already whole and complete. Well, there's nothing wrong with striving to improve your life situation. You can set goals and strive to achieve things, but never use that as a substitute for a feeling of life. So what do? Well, you make your best effort to shape life, but accept it as it unfolds in every moment of your existence. Number 6, observe your emotions. Make it a habit to ask yourself, what's going on inside me at this moment? Am I at ease at this moment? This will help you guard against negative emotions imperceptibly creeping up. Don't let negativity linger by disallowing emotions that feed it. And write your life story with the ink of positive emotions like contentment, acceptance, joy, enthusiasm, and compassion. Number 7, be a social animal. Invest in the human family, invest in people, build a little community of your own, of those you love and who love you. Kindness to others, including strangers, costs nothing and is occasionally repaid in unexpected ways. Treat all human beings with equal dignity regardless of their status. Always keep the promises you make, and this starts from first keeping the promises you make to yourself. Number 8, never wallow in self-pity. All forms of self-pity are very destructive. Don't allow the mind to keep the past alive unnecessarily and then build an identity around it. Some people have unconsciously defined their identity in terms of their problems and their suffering, and there would be nothing without it. You, don't be one of them. Never allow unpleasant experiences to become your life story. Justifying self-pity is like defending your right to suffer. Tell me, once you realize that a certain kind of food makes you sick, would you carry on eating that food and keep asserting that it's okay to be sick? Similarly, you don't need to subject yourself to a great deal of suffering at the hands of self-pity. Negative emotions can survive inside you for days, weeks, or years. They can become a parasite that lives inside you, feeds on your energy, and makes your life miserable. You can only keep your unhappiness alive by giving it time. So what do? You remove time and compulsive thinking from unhappy feelings, and what happens? They die. This will also transform your outer life and your relationship. Number 9, forgive. When you don't forgive, your mind keeps holding on to a grievance pattern such as blame, self-pity, or resentment that feeds negative emotions. Forgiveness is to let go of grief. True forgiveness is always unconditional. Expecting something in return is like cutting a deal. Forgive and render the past powerless. Number 10, manage your ego. The two most important things to manage in life are time and ego. It's surprising how the ego continues to fool and prey upon even the brightest. It plays tricks with us in the guise of our mind. So how do you remedy it? The first thing is to strive to be absolutely authentic at all times. Remember the old adage, doing is never enough if you neglect being. That's invaluable wisdom. Never show off. If you're trying to show off for the people above you, forget it. And if you're trying to show off for people at the bottom, they will only envy you. What nourishes the ego even more than having is wanting. There's no end to letting desires rule your life. You'll not find meaning in your life if you keep running around looking for it. Become comfortable with who you are. And no matter what, be authentic. I trust you found it useful. Let's hope you will know to learn as long as you live. Let's hope the more life happens to you, the more you will love it. If you have something to add or to ask, please do so in the comments below. You may benefit someone. And please don't forget to like and to subscribe. Thank you.